My name is Karen Bogan, and I'm going to talk to you guys on how I took care of a hospice patient in the summer. Miss Clarita Curry had a stroke in the hospital, a major stroke, and she came home. The family decided to bring her home up on the hospice. So she had a choice to come home or either go to the hospice facility, so they decided to bring her home to hospice. But all enough to bring her home is that they had to have a family member or a friend to come to. They came in to train a family member or a friend to take care of Miss Clarita, because after 4 days they was going to pull out, not pull out of her care, but pull out of the 24/7 day, 24-hour care. They were going to pull out within 4 days. So on day 2 of me going to see Miss Clarita, I was the issue was going on. They was discussing the issue about they needed someone to take care of Miss Clarita, and they didn't have anyone to do the job. So a lot of more little talk went on. So I just immediately jumped up and said, "Okay, just show me how to do what I do." Within 30 minutes of me arriving to the house, I was already giving Miss Clarita her medication. She had this tube in her stomach. You had to put it through the tube and, just let it go down. If it don't go down, you plunge it. I already knew how to give her meds. So I decided to take the job. When I took the job, I didn't know that her whole life was going to be put in my hands. I thought that I was going to do the labor and the family would do the decision making. So and we already on day 2 now, so I only got like 3 days to get Miss Clarita, learn about Miss Clarita, so I know what to do when they pull out. So it was basically, the first thing they give you this little pamphlet. It's a real little pamphlet. It's called Peace for Dying, that you have to read. They give you the steps on dying. Your body transitions to different steps. If they compared it of having a baby, say your body go through different changes to have a baby. It's the same thing, your body go through changes to die. So it was important that you know the steps of, so you know what to do at whatever time. And the other one was just basically giving her meds as needed, changing the bed. She was bedridden. I'm absolutely a genius in changing a person bedridden in the bed. You ain't got to move, I got you. Just be still. You know what I mean? So, I learned the whole concept of taking care of Miss Clarita. I learned how Miss Clarita breathed. Excuse me. I learned everything about Miss Clarita. So on day 5, when it was my turn to step up to the plate, for about 5 minutes, I was like, "Oh Lord, I shouldn't have got myself into this situation, because I'm gonna take a responsibility to what people been trained and get paid to do, And this last day, you don't want to make no mistakes. This is somebody's life in your hands, so it was serious. So when it was time for me to step up to my plate, I stepped up and I did my thing. I took care of Miss Clarita like Miss Clarita was a brand new baby. It was basically just feeding her as needed, giving her meds as needed, and making sure she's comfortable, and basically just waiting till she ready to go on home. The most difficult part wasn't just sitting around just waiting on her to die. She lived 15 days. I had her for 9 by myself. So, I just made sure she was comfortable, give her meds, whatever. So there was some major decisions that had to be made. But before, hospice sends out this kit to every hospice patient. In this kit, they have all the narcotics you would ever need to make that person comfortable in any kind of decision that, in whatever decision they got going on, it'll help them to be more comfortable doing this process. The kit is very important. The kit, first, before you even can open the kit, you have to get permission from the hospice house. At the end, when they got ready to, they documented if anything was missing out the kit, they told us that they were gonna make a report. HRS was coming out. It was a serious matter. This kit was a serious matter. So it's like, okay, I gotta watch Miss Clarita and the kit, because the kit is the refrigerator. But it worked out. Ain't nobody come there and bought. But the thing over there, they wasn't worried about people that was coming in, bothering the kid. It's the people that knew that there was a hospice patient there. They said, oh, it's a kid there. I can go there. You know, it's got morphine, everything in this kid. Everything, y'all, for real. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, when it comes down to the end, I had to make two major decisions, which, you know, I didn't really, you know, I wanted to help, but I didn't want to make the decision. But they totally just gave me this lady's life in my hands. It was like, okay. The first decision came up with a hospice team is that we had to stop feeding her. So they weighed the odds and told me, explained everything to me, so I had to make the decision. The first major decision was to stop feeding her. She actually he telling me to cut it off, y'all, and I ain't even halfway through. What am I supposed to do?
Correct the conclusion.
Okay, the conclusion. When I woke up, it was like that Wednesday morning about 5 o'clock. I had just went to sleep at 4 o'clock. I woke up at like 5 o'clock to give her meds. And when I woke up, you know, you just waking up at 5 o'clock. I woke up, went to my little counter, did the little meds. When I got ready to give her meds, I pulled down the gown and looked at her. I said, ooh, this lady gone. So I panicked for a few minutes and I just ran out the door and started spraying 5 o'clock in the morning. And the great daughter was sitting on the couch and said, ooh, she gone. So I ran outside, stood on the porch. She was like, don't say that. Don't say, girl, you better hold on for a minute. Wait a minute. Because I got to go back in there and do my job. I got to go back in there and make sure this lady's dead so I can do my next step. She out there, my girl, calm down. So 5 minutes, I'm on the porch, I'm like cooling it down to try to go in there and see if Miss Clarita was dead or not. So I went back in there, and immediately when I opened the door and I looked at her, I knew she was already gone. I was like, okay, you left me. Okay, it's fine. You can go. So she was dead. So you can't call 911. You have to call the hospice house, and the hospice house sent out a nurse. It took that nurse an hour and 15 minutes. So I'm outside. You don't want to wake up. I'm going to sit down. You don't want to wake up the daughter. You can have your 10 points. I told you. You don't want to wake up her daughter. If other people in the house, you don't want to wake them up. Because if she wasn't dead, and I woke up the house and made that, you know what I'm saying, to start something. But it took them people an hour and 15 minutes. And I'm outside with the daughter. She just want to go, the granddaughter. She just want to go crazy. So I got to keep her calm down so she don't be live to wake up the other people to the hospital and come back. And I'm looking at the watch. It ain't no time going by in the outfit. Oh, I was so glad to see that lady. I didn't know what to do. But she came in. She did her little assessment and she discovered Miss Clarita was gone. Thank y'all very much.